up or down on their screen, depending upon whether it's done better than base or worse than base.
Anabelle Langlois and Patrice Archetto skating for the second full season out of Edmonton. The Canadian silver medalists this year, second to Salé and Pelletier, and that's a pretty big act to follow with the retirement of the Olympic champions. They were 6th in the Grand Prix final 1 year ago.
Both their programs this year are choreographed by Nikolai Morozov and Canadian Shaylin Bourne.
Some teams like to open up with something easy. This team's going after a big ticket item right off the top.
And right on the music, perfect. Soft landing on the double twist lift. And now the element that most will have difficulty with. Side-by-side triple toe loops.
They both hang on to it. A little bit of distance between the two. Judges are looking for that jump to be executed with a minimum amount of space between the two skaters. Like to see a little more speed on the back half of that spin.
Great difficulty on the exit of that lift.
I also like the way it covered so much ice. It almost went completely end to end here in the rink.
And this is where this team has really improved this year on the footwork. Very sharp.
Anabelle Langlois and Patrice Archetto of Canada. It's been a tough year for this pair. They had a second place finish at the NHK Grand Prix stop, but they've been frustrated. They set higher standards for themselves and said at one point, we've been so fed up this year, we want to start it all over, but this was a good beginning here in Colorado Springs.
This was the opening element. Throw triple sow cow, great height, solid landing, and to put that down as your first element is a huge boost of confidence that I think carried them through the rest of the program.
Here is the only mistake of the program. Both of them land a little bit too far forward on the jumps, but manage not to touch the ice. They have to be very pleased with that performance. I think that the music really highlights the energy of this team.
See them sitting there with their coach, Jan Allmark, who also coached Salé and Pelletier. And as this first set of marks comes up, we're going to get two marks, as we always have in the sport. And the first one is the marks they scored for each individual element. The element totals are combined to give you that 28.58. And the program component has actually been broken down into 5 different marks. Skating skills, transitions, execution, choreography, and interpretation all get a mark, which is combined to give you that program component for a total score of 54.86.
Seems a lot more complicated than it used to be.